I'm John Skinner, and the reason I'm testing Gulp really comes from the success I've had using it for summer flounder, and that's covered in depth in my book, Fishing for Summer Flounder. I'll have links to all of the gear in the video description. Okay, and we're just setting up to anchor on the spot, which is really using the spot lock on the trolling motor. People have often asked me how large a boat can you use a trolling motor on, and this is a 32-foot CV. This is John Halkias's CV, and yep, this motor is going to do just fine to anchor it, and even with wind current, it does great. Got it.
Yeah, it says navigation started. Perfect. Good job.
I can push a button. Yay! So one of the first things John said when we got on the boat was that the water's turned off the marina, so we need to try to keep the boat clean because we can't wash it down. So yeah, here's how we're going to start doing that.
Okay, so I have...
So,
oh,
what the hell happened here?
Oh, great. My coffee.
Oh, it's coffee.
It's coffee.
Oh, okay. I thought it was Gulp juice. I was like, oh, I'm looking, the cooler's fine. Because it's got that color, you know?
I brought this, so I have to leave it. Yeah,
so he spilled his coffee, but it won't wash up because it is frozen to the deck. It was 29 when we left the harbor, but the nearest weather station is reading 27 degrees, so it's really cold. All right, so let's get started. Hey, the first thing I'm going to do is get some green crab down there. We're going to make sure, I want to make sure that we've got a bite going before I start testing anything new. And once I'm convinced that, yeah, these fish are hitting, I'm going to try Gulp because for me that's one of the big parts of this trip. So maybe half ounce then.
Yeah, I have a half ounce on it. I'm going straight down. 57 degrees the water here.
So what I'm doing here is testing my drag, and because when I store the rod, when I get home, I'm going to loosen up on the drag washers. It's just it's better for the drag, so I've backed way off of the drag. And so first thing I'm going to do before I start fishing is make sure I've got what I think is the right amount of tension. And this is a 15-pound test braid, and it's going to take a little bit to get to the bottom. This is 40 feet of water, and you may have heard us say half an ounce. That's just a half an ounce on that crab, so it's kind of a slow drop to the bottom. Immediate bites, yeah.
Yeah, immediate.
My rod tip's not in view here, but I'm going to fix that real quickly. Certainly in time for the Gulp fishing that's going to be coming up very shortly.
Wow. Anything?
Nah.
The net. Where did you put the net? Oh, there it is. Rim boat.
Okay, so I don't know why, but nobody's ever shown me how to use a fish dehooker before. Halkias is an expert with this, so you're going to get a beautiful demonstration on how to use it. Yeah, it is really simple. I don't know how, with all the fishing that I've done, I've missed this little detail, but yeah, here we go. Listen to John.
So first, just worry about a couple things. Let's do it in pieces. Just get a good grip.
Okay.
About 8 inches to a foot. I'm getting there.
All right. Yeah.
Then that right there. You bring your arm down so that the hook is up, and then you just
I know you make
give it a little.
Easy. I don't know why nobody's showed me that.
It's over here.
All right. Thanks.
It's super easy.
No, I know. No, you do it effortlessly. I mean, you really sold me on it last trip. And the video description also has a link to John's charter business, justfishinglongisland.com.
Better?
Yeah, definitely.
Net?
I wouldn't worry about it. It's going to be a keeper, though.
Yeah, good.
Oh, I feel those hand warmers. Ah. Yeah, I've got chemical hand warmers inside my gloves, and they are working beautifully.
Nice fish. Oh, there's the rust color you've come to enjoy. Very nice fish. Good job.
Gotta use a rag here. Keep the And we're looking to keep our 6 fish limit this trip. And yeah, so this is a keeper. That's why I'm using a rag here, trying to keep my hands dry and warm. All right. As far as I'm concerned, the bite's good enough. I'm going to switch to the Gulp. All right, so I'm going to try the gonna try the Gulp, and I've actually cheated a little bit. I've soaked this with some cheddar crab oil. We've got a good blackfish bite going. Let's see if this is going to fly. Is my numbers going?
Wrench.
Wrench. All right, I still think it's recording, even with wrench.
Wrench. But I'll tell you what, you have me as the beta here, right? As the dummy. Oh.
All right, so I've put down. Let's see what's going to happen. It's instantaneous if you put down with crab.
It is instantaneous with crab. Area hit yet with that?
I'm gonna move it, but I didn't get a bump.
Well, oh, 2 I dropped. Oh, skinner. God, I wait.
Yeah, and you know, you would think if you move it, they would pounce on it because it's something.
I encourage you to use that all day.
Oh, I got a bump. Oh, there we go. Somebody's eating. Somebody's eating. Hey, those are taps.
Yeah, I see it.
Oh, okay. And you know what? Once he started tapping, he stayed on it. So, look at that. There we go.
Wouldn't it be awesome if you start catching like all giant fish on that, and it's like kind of like the salmon Gulp was?
I'll tell you what.
Yeah, that's a good hit.
Yeah, I should have set. I should have set.
He's still on it, I think. There you go.
No.
You do get down a lot faster with the 3/4.
And see, the nice thing is I'm not losing bait, but let's see. Oh, there it is.
You got him? Good fish?
No, but fish.
Yeah, presumably if the little guys take it, so will the big.
Oh, this kind of fish.
Oh.
You.
Hey, listen. If I start catching those kind of fish too, that's why we don't like using hermit crabs, because it attracts those kind of fish.
Look.
And porgies and everything else in the 7-block radius.
Yeah, I know I can catch you on Gulp. Jeez. Oh well, that was a disappointment.
Well, you're not going to give up, are you?
No, of course not. No. Yeah, so the laughing is we know we can catch sea bass on Gulp. The sea bass kind of terrorize us on the fluke grounds during the summer when we're trying to catch fluke, and they're tearing at the Gulp. What's interesting is John's made, I believe, 5 trips out to this spot and has only caught 2 sea bass in total. So it's interesting that the Gulp went down there. And again, it is scented, and the scent is cheddar crab by a company called Lip Glue, G-L-U. I'll put a link in the video description. So, all right, so maybe it's just a coincidence that I went down and caught a sea bass right off, but let's see what happens from here.
I still have that issue on both my cameras with different chips that I bought, where if I run it too long, it splits it into multiple clips.
Oh no, that's not a problem. That's what it's supposed to do.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, they don't want to go past 4 gigabytes on the file size.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, that's all good.
I told you that, and you told me that's
no,
not right.
No. I would never have said that. I know that 4 gigabyte thing. Got a nice one. Oh, there's a good hit.
Nothing good.
If this is another sea bass, this is going to be done.
So 14 and a half.
Look at that. It's a freaking sea bass color. Can you imagine? So that tells you, that shows you a blackfish. Okay, so there you go. In a few minutes, I've caught the same number of sea bass that it took John 5 trips to catch here. So, all right, it's going to get even more interesting. Yeah, I think we've already proven in Montauk that you can catch sea bass on Gulp. Oh, it was right on it as soon as it hit.
There you go. Now, you all right?
Let's see. I wanted to see what it was going to be.
That one looked
like
more... More tongue. Oh, look what you did, Skinner. This is your fault.
Oh my God. I brought them in.
This into a sea bass spot. It's a nice one though.
Yeah.
This one might keep. This is a gift for you, Skinner.
Thank you.
Now that I know you almost.
Yes, I do.
Just do it. You're dropping it again?
All right, so it seems there's no doubt that either the Gulp or the cheddar crab oil, I probably shouldn't have put both on at the same time, but one of those has attracted sea bass. And that's where you hear John saying, oh, you put it down again? Because he's getting worried that I'm pulling in too many sea bass into the area. We've seen this happen with using bluefish strips while fluke fishing, having it draw in dogfish sharks. So this kind of thing happens, but we're going to go keep this Gulp thing going here. I foul hooked it. Maybe not. Maybe not.
Sea bass. No? Oh, look at that.
Oh, there we go.
You did it.
Okay. Huh?
Oh, he's sitting on it too.
Can I put down again? No?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm joking around.
No, I think you could have a good reason to be serious. I mean,
this is a fun experiment. Okay,
so now I'm going to try just regular Gulp, no cheddar crab scent. No, it's so cold I don't want to reach into the liquid to get the Gulp.
Right?
Yeah. So something interesting is when I first put down with the Gulp, it took like a minute for them to start eating it. Once they started, then after that it was fine. They would hit it, as soon as it would go down. Once they start tapping on it, they keep going. So it's going to be similar here. Now I'm putting down, it's got no cheddar crab oil on it. It's just the plain Gulp right out of the thing. And I'm going to have to wait a little bit to get a hit. So this is interesting because you know what, the last couple times I've put down I've had pretty quick action, but that was
so that
there we go. Well, okay, now they're bouncing it. There we go.
Uh-oh.
And this one seems like that's a blackfish. If he's not fouled.
A big sea bass or a foul hook blackfish?
It's fouled. No, he's not. Oh my God.
Oh, you gotta be kidding.
Oh, He's a short, but
That's amazing.
um,
That did not look like a blackfish.
that's so funny.
Dude, let me take a picture.
Okay. So that was just plain. That was. Well, let's see. Once, yeah, come on this side because I got some sun.
Yeah.
So you get some nice
don't
colors
wanna
on
get
it.
the light out. Yeah, perfect. Got it. I'll email it to you.
So John's fished this spot in this area many, many times. Has never caught a cod here. In my entire life, I have never caught a codfish except for when I was actually out cod fishing, like on a party boat, way offshore, middle of the winter. So this is the first accidental codfish I've ever caught in my life. So yeah, that was just a plain gulp, 3-inch gulp shrimp, no extra scent or anything, and yeah, well, you saw the result.
Who knew cod? I know.
Yeah, you got to use gulp for the cod, though. Once they bite it, they do bite it more. You know what I'm saying? It's
it could just be a recognition issue. You know, it's not something they're used to seeing over here. Smelling over here, the smell's probably a little different. But if one of them gets, you know, I think a frenzy starts. Like your video where you had the underwater, it seemed like once one of them found it, they all started attacking it. You know.
You know, clearly it's not like they take a bite and go, oh shit, I'm not eating that, you know?
Sure, they come right back. But maybe it's also the smaller fish hitting. Too bad your beta tester is me and
yeah,
hasn't really been contributing.
Well, you know, honestly, the only reason I'm doing this is so that when you outfish me, I'll have a good excuse that I was trying an alternate bait. Oh, look at that hit. Ah!
Still waiting for the first time I outfished you. Pretty sure you could drop the red down there and still outfish you.
And that was blackfish. No way. Come on.
The only time I outfished you was that the day that with the underwater video where you made the comment about the one guy on the boat.
Yeah, because you had us in the silk pile. What do you got there? See, I did attract them. I attracted them, and I'll eat him. Yeah.
Because it didn't fight hard, and I'm like, wait a second, that looks like a big fish. Ah, Skinner! Look what he just spit up.
Gulp?
Your gulp shrimp.
Oh, that's excellent. There you go.
Well, now I am gonna hurt you. Put that stuff away.
Okay, okay. All right, this is the last drop with this because I'm
kidding. If you
well.
want to keep it going.
Well, I think obviously something's already been learned.
Species aren't around.
Yeah, it was cold. Yeah, yeah, and all right, really the last one. So I want us to put some juicy crabs down. Oh, look at those hits. There we go.
Ooh. Uh-oh. Bigger sea bass.
I don't think
that's
so.
fighting like a blackfish.
Yeah.
No, now it's a bit a little.
Oh. I'll tell you what.
That's a measurer. Oh, that might pass. Want me to take it to the front? Measure it?
Sure.
Look up. I got it.
Oh, let it go. Let it go. Let's get another one. I got plenty. Oh, very nice. All right, so that one's like 1/8 of an inch short, but hey, okay, you know, it's okay blackfish. Let's keep going. Oh, that was a great hit. I'll tell you what, the bites actually...
Yeah, I had a couple of huge hits on that last fish.
Oh, damn, that's the one I wanted.
It broke off?
No, I'm just pissed because I wanted to get that one.
That had weight.
Yeah.
Well, luckily my line is going right near yours, Skinner.
Well, that's a shame. That one was solid. Yeah, it was like, you know, hook in the bottom, but it was a fish. And I think we're going to get to see that fish.
Decent?
No.
Not the one that hit before, obviously.
No.
Well, when you set that hook,
Yeah, I know.
it was impressive. Now, why did you only try the shrimp and not? Do you have inside info, or somebody told you to try?
Because the shrimp hold up really well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because they do have those peeler clips.
Yeah. I don't think it matters what the material is. You know, I think. Right. So John mentioned, you know, they do sell a Gulp crab. You know, it was back right after Hurricane Sandy back in 2012. I did catch some Blackfish on Gulp shrimp. I didn't have any crabs at the time, and I just know they work well. They're very durable. So, and I had them, so it was an easy thing for me to try. And we still got some fish to catch on them.
Oh, shit!
What?
Now I'm thinking of that line. I have a really good one on.
Net? Oh yeah.
Maybe the net on this one.
Yeah. Let me.
Took a giant run. I barely budged him off the bottom, and I got that pretty line.
It's the one I lost on the Gulp.
Maybe. I think he's got another run in him.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I feel the weight on him, and he's not foul hooked. He went right under the boat. And I have the drag rather. Oh, yeah. Ooh,
there you go. Nice job. You got some weight to it.
Yeah, thank you. I got it. Fish. What's the weight on this, you think?
It's over 7.
Yeah, it's over 7, for sure.
All right, and that one weighed about 7.5 pounds, and he released it. And yeah, you know what? That quite possibly could have been the one that I had on just a couple of minutes earlier.
I waited for so many hits on that one, and waited till he just ran with it. That's me.
Boy, lock and load on that one. Put down, the bait was moving.
And you're still using the Gulp?
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, see, when it's lock and load like that, I don't think our bait's getting to the bottom.
No.
No, tell him no one's near the phone right now. No one's near the phone. I'm dealing with a fish. Oh, you get a Blackfish on the Gulp, and I get a...
Oh, just dropped them. There you go. Better? Yep. Put it this way, it's as good a one as I've had on the Gulp anyway. I think he's still short.
It's okay. Turkey at least.
You know what? I think he's going to make it. He's a nice fat one, but
0. No, hold on. Right there. Sorry.
okay.
7/8.
Okay, so again, I missed by about 1/8 of an inch. So during this time, John has caught 2 keepers. The big one that you saw, and I think it's a good chance I had that one on just before that, and he had one other one besides. So, so would I go out with just Gulp if I had access to crabs? No, I would definitely bring crabs. But you know what? This particular weekend, the local shop did not have crabs. I would still go out if Gulp was all I had because clearly it works. It's weird how it takes a little bit for them to start chewing on it. Once they do, well, you know, you see, now I'm catching Blackfish pretty frequently. And hey, this is another one. In fact, this is like a borderline keeper. But we did let this guy go, even though I think we could have kept him legally. All right, I hope you enjoyed this little test. And if you like these videos, please subscribe.